to Unit 3. In Units 1 and 2, we learned about the first warning signs of a scam and where scammers are most active online. Now, we move to an equally important step: how to protect yourself and behave safely when approached by a potential scammer. One of the most important ways to protect yourself is to never share personal information too early. Before you share anything online, it is very important to understand why personal information is so valuable to scammers. Things like your address, ID, documents, or financial information should always remain private. Scammers can use even small details to build trust and appear familiar. Pretend to have shared experiences or interests, steal your identity, or plan financial fraud. Even harmless questions like, "Where do you usually go on holidays?" can be used to trick you later. So, pause before answering and ask yourself, would I tell this to someone I just met in real life? Let's imagine a scenario. Maria, 72, has been chatting online for a few days with someone who seems charming and attentive. They ask her about her life, her hobbies, and then suddenly asks, "Can you tell me your home address? I want to send you a gift." Discussion questions. What are the warning signs in this message? How can Maria respond safely? This is a strong warning sign. Asking her for home address is too early red flag. Maria should pause and not share any personal details. She could respond politely or end the conversation. If you suspect someone is wrong or something that is fishy, end the conversation politely. You can say, "I'm not comfortable continuing this conversation," or you can disconnect. If possible, save the message or screenshot it. This can help if you need to report the scammer to the platform authorities. And do not feel afraid or ashamed. Many people experience this. And if you need support, contact a trusted family member, an adult educator, a social worker, or the local police for any financial fraud. Recognize financial requests early. Another important action is to recognize the financial requests early. Many scammers will try to move from emotional connection to financial dependency, often using small, seemingly innocent requests at first to test how you respond and build trust for when they ask for a big amount of money. However, real relationships do not start with money. Remember, a small request today can lead to a larger request tomorrow. Imagine this scenario. You have been chatting with someone claiming to work abroad. They say, "I really want to meet you, but I need a small amount to pay for my travel." Why is this a warning sign? What steps should you take next? So, to analyze this situation, notice how they frame that the request is unusual and urgent. Classic red flag. In that case, you should stop communication, avoid sending money, and seek advice from a trusted person. How to politely end the conversation. A third way for avoiding a love scam sometimes is simply to disconnect and stop any communication by saying no. Whenever you start noticing any red flag, if any conversation starts to feel uncomfortable, you can say no to protect your safety. Ending the conversation early can prevent emotional manipulation. It is important to remember, you do not need to be rude to protect yourself. You can be assertive while staying polite. Imagine this situation. Helen, a 71-year-old woman, notices a new online contact is becoming very insistent about meeting immediately. She feels uneasy and keeps wondering what to do. Why is ending a conversation early is a safe choice? How can Helen protect her personal information while being polite? To answer this question, ending this conversation is important to avoid any further insistence, manipulation, and exploitation. She can say, comfortable continuing this conversation. I wish you well. Then block the person on the platform or stop responding and avoid sharing further information at all costs. Save evidence. The fourth action is to always keep a record of any suspicious activity or communication. Things like screenshots, messages, emails, and usernames are valuable, as these records can help report scammers to the platform or authorities. So, even if you never need to use them, having evidence gives peace of mind that you will be able to report anything in case of fraud or a love scam. Do not feel ashamed. The fifth thing you need to do is never feel ashamed to speak up if you fell into a love scam. Scammers are highly skilled professionals. Their messages are designed to feel believable and caring, and they do emotional manipulation to anyone, regardless of education or experience. Imagine this scenario. Diana, a 73 woman, realizes she almost shared personal information with someone she met online. She feels embarrassed and doesn't share it with anyone. What do you think? Remember that feeling embarrassed is normal and that she can and should seek support by sharing the information to a trusted friend so they can support and also think together how to mitigate a love scam that might need to happen, report if necessary, and to take corrective action. Awareness and stopping before harm occurs is a success, not failure, and sharing experiences helps others learn and stay safe. Seek support. The sixth action you need to consider is to always seek support whenever possible. You do not have to handle this alone. If you feel unsure, scared, or confused, talk to a trusted family member or a friend. Reach out to an adult educator, contact a social worker, and always report to local authorities if financial fraud is suspected. Imagine this case. A man called Peter and is 70 years old receives a suspicious request for money from someone he met online. He talks to his daughter and his local adult educator. They advise him to stop communication and report the account. Why is seeking support important? How can sharing our experience prevent scamming in our community? To wrap up, there are different cases and actions you need to adapt to support you, avoiding love scam cases such as protecting your personal information, recognize financial red flags, politely disconnect if something feels wrong, save evidence for reporting, never feel ashamed as scams happen to anyone, and seek support from trusted people or authorities. Your safety always comes first. Online relationships should feel safe, respectful, and comfortable.